Christmas finished early for the teams as the third test match got underway here in Durban on Boxing Day. Durban is South Africa's third largest city and it's situated in the newly christened KwaZulu-Natal, one of the major seaports of South Africa. The subtropical conditions make Durban a very popular holiday resort, but thoughts of sea and sun were far from England's minds as they prepared for this crucial match. Outstanding performances in both innings from Nasser Hussain down in Port Elizabeth ensured that his team did not go two down in the series. Now, here at Kingsmead, England have a great chance to level things up. Hello, welcome to the highlights of this, the first day's play of the third test match in Durban, and the whole of Natal has been riddled by thunderstorms and rain during the past week or so, soaking wet, yet miraculously the pitch here is dry. The groundsman has done an excellent job, and everybody thought that the captain who won the toss was likely to bat first. Well, Nasser Hussain did win the toss and he did choose to bat first. Let's have a look at the teams that were announced by the captains. The big news really comes from the South African camp, where Jonty Rhodes, a favourite son of Durban, has been left out of the team. They had to find a way to get the spinner Paul Adams in. They weren't prepared to leave out Mananta Haywood, so it is Adams who plays and not Jonty Rhodes. The England side, well, Michael Vaughan is not fit. A bad blow on the finger and a bad blow to the team that he isn't fit. Darren Maddy gets a great chance. Otherwise, the teams are unchanged for this game. We'll get into the action now and we'll pick it up, but right at the start of play, Mark Butcher is on strike to Alan Donald.
Swing immediately. That's the first sign that many of us have been talking about. The humidity here is immense, and that does normally create a little bit of swing, and there's no doubt that ball swung. Oh, there was an inside edge, but the ball's gone to ground.
A little pat on the head for Adams. He dived a long way to his right. Just not swinging as much as Butcher perhaps anticipated, getting the inside edge, trying to cover the away swing. That's a good effort.
Beautiful delivery. Very similar to the first ball that Atherton got in the second innings at the Wanderers. Outside edge, but soft bottom hand from Atherton.
Oh, that's a full toss, edged into the ground and stopped by Pollock at third slip. Oh, he's got him! Inside edge, and Haywood gets the breakthrough. And Atherton is out. A little bit of bounce this time. Found the inside edge onto the stumps. And retaining Mananta Haywood in this test team has paid off early on. Atherton out. And he made a single. England are 7 for 1. Let's take a look.
Exactly what South Africa needed. That inside edge, little movement in towards the right hand, and that bounce is, I think, what did Michael Atherton in the end. And here we have it, Michael Atherton 1, bowled Mananta Haywood, and England 7 for 1.
Oh, edge! Drops just short. Well, well, well. Just short of Pollock. End of an explosive first over from Mananta Haywood. England 7 for 1. Well, that's well left by Butcher. Well, that's leaving a ball like that goes hand in glove with the soft hands that we were talking about and that we will refer to quite often at this stage of an innings. Again, slides out the bottom half of the bat and down to third man for 4. His first scoring stroke, it's 13 for 1. Nicely played.
Butcher turns this one off his pads again. He has played it very nicely. Well-controlled shot. It will give him that confidence that we're talking about.
Having said that, he can always find the edge, this time safely, and that's another aspect. If luck goes your way, 4 runs, and it's 21 for 1. Oh, he's going to get 4 more. Really rich pickings down with the vacant third man for England.
That's the reason why he gets to keep the ball down, even if it hits the outside edge of the bat.
Oh, he's been hit on the head, and he'll get a leg by.
It's a crushing blow that. I'm surprised that he was still aware of the run.
Well, again, 4 runs as Gibbs will give chase. The 4th one in 4 overs that have gone down to third man, and England move on to 30 for 1. And he cuts beautifully, and I think Gibbs might have got a hand to it. Collect 2. Oh, that's gone straight through him. The big appeal from behind. Hayward's not that interested, and it was an afterthought from behind as well. Appealing for the delivery more than anything.
The way movement there for him. Oh, that went right through them all. 4 runs. It went very, very quickly. The hands hardly moved to that one as it fled over the left shoulder of second slip.
Good shot. Well stopped. Good cricket all round. Story can wait.
Starcher or Butcher rather, has been hesitant in getting after the half volleys this morning.
That's a beautiful stroke. Kirsten in pursuit and will haul it in. I hope, having said so, and does.
And this is well played. He's going to get 4 runs, I think. Herschel Gibbs after it, but he's not fast enough to catch it. And so a confident start for Butcher after the luncheon interval brings up the 50 for England. 52 for 1. Oh, it's a brilliant bit of fielding by Herschel Gibbs. That's where Jonty, of course, would have been positioned, but we know that Herschel Gibbs is a brilliant fielder, and that saved a certain 4 runs.
Sweetly struck here, Mark Butcher, but look at the stop. Brilliant.
Now he cuts successfully. He won't get 4 runs as Hayward cuts it off, but easy 2. So Butcher's had his moments of good fortune today, and that's what you need when you're struggling for form. See there, that's lashed away for 4. He's up the 50 partnership between these two. Lovely shot. Down the ground it goes. Has he timed it well enough to get to the boundary? The outfield's a little bit on the slow side because of all the rain, and so the fielder is able to haul it in, and they're settled for 3. Appeal for LBW here. No, says umpire Doug Cowie of New Zealand.
Made that decision very quickly. Ball pitching just outside the off stump. You see he's on the move. He strikes it just on and above the roll, but clearly the point of impact was outside, just outside the off stump.
Oh, that was Butcher taking the bat out the way. Extra pace, and the ball ran off the face of the bat, safely so. Just the last moment thought he'd leave it alone, and a little too late. It's a good shot. Chase for Gibbs. It's hardly had much to do today. And 2.
It could very well be one of those days where, come the end of the day, and the batsmen have scored a few runs, they could have looked back and said, jeepers, maybe if I was just a bit more positive. But it's the frame of mind that counts at the moment, and it's not that confident.
Oh! Oopsie.
Short outside the off stump, maybe a little bit too full to cut it.
Oh, it's beautifully bowled. And the appeal is turned down, although it was an odd sort of appeal, more from Boucher and more from the delivery. 68 for 1.
Well, what certainly is the case is that Butcher's beaten here. He's gone back to a delivery which is full. And, well, if that's hitting fractionally outside the off stump, maybe that's what Dave Orchard has thought. But to me, that looks a very, very good shout indeed. On the roll, that's hitting the top of the stumps. No doubt, just a question of whether it pitched or hit him fractionally outside the line of off stump.
Two, 70 for 1.
Well, if he wanted to, he could have put Jonty's full names.
Could be hiding under there. Appeal. There might have been bat there as well. And from Klusener, it has to be pretty straight. Umpire Doug Carey turns it down anyway. It's pretty close.
There's no doubt, though, off the inside edge, onto the pad.
So, Klusener didn't see that inside edge.
Turned away back with a square. There's certainly 2. And the over ends and the score goes on to 80 for 1. In the air and out. Caught by Klusener, a backward point. Adams makes the breakthrough. Butcher goes at last, and he'll be disappointed with his dismissal, because it wasn't a great delivery, but he didn't control the stroke.
Disappointed is not the word, Robin. He will be steaming livid. That is nothing short in terms of cricket terms as a disaster. He bowls it outside off stump. There is a bit uneven bounce. He does go for the stroke, and he gets a top edge. I mean, you have to say that after all the work he's done, that is a desperate, desperate mistake. Pleasure for Paul Adams, who deserves it simply for the plan. Butcher's 48 gone. The score 82 for 2. Welcome back to a stiflingly hot Kingsmead. It is unbelievable here. 80% humidity and up in the early 30s. Hard work for the players, but thankfully there's a bit of a breeze across the ground now. 62 for 2 England. Mark Butcher has gone for 48. A struggle for him, but he'll be proud with the way that at least he hung on in there for England's cause. Darren Maddy, in just his second test match, is on his way to the crease to join Nasser Hussain.
Good delivery. That's the surprise value referred to just now.
It's good afternoon, Mr. Maddie, and a very warm welcome to Test Match Cricket. Lovely to have you with us in South Africa. Sniff the leather, my son.
Well bowled, didn't carry. Several times we have seen the ball hit the edge of the bat and not carry, and I'm surprised this didn't, the way the hands went at the ball.
Oh, and I think that might have been a drop. I think there was a little nick there, and they get a single for it. Now, did it come off the keeper's gloves and hit the hand of Slip? This might tell us. Definite nick. No, didn't hit the gloves. Did hit the left hand of Cullinan at Slip. Sharp chance, not taken. Oh, and that's going down to third man for 4 runs. Even though there's 3 slips in a gully, it found a way between the third slip and the gully and has gone to the boundary. So a little bit of good fortune there for Darren Maddie. 97 for 2. Oh! Well, now, appeal from Daryl Cullinan, because he hit it a second time, but he's entitled to do that if he's protecting his wicket. He was late with the shot and he hit it hard into the ground, see, and the ball might well have come down right on top of the stumps, and he was made sure that it didn't by allowing it to hit the back of the bat. Now an appeal for LBW going on the sweep, but I think we'll see that that was outside the line of the off stump.
Certainly help him to sort of bowl himself back into better form. This is a good delivery, perfectly pitched, just straightens a fraction. Just too late, Adams has bowled a 4-ball and over in some of the matches he's played. Oh, now what's happened there? Has it carried to Cullinan?
Well, again, he's unsure. He's playing back very tentatively indeed. I think he's got the thick outside edge. Boucher's just got an outside of the glove to it. You see he's sort of around about the thumb area or maybe the index finger. And because it's hit Boucher's gloves, it hasn't carried through to Cullinan. Well, those either stick or they don't.
It's a good shot. Action at last. Down the ground and we'll go for 4. It's up the England 100 in the 67th over.
Good shot from Nazir Hussain. Over pitch from Adams for the first time really that I can remember in this spell, and because he's right to the pitch of the ball, he can play through it with confidence. And there's a big gap at mid-on. Mid-on is quite wide.
Goodness me, well left. That's straight enough, and a big shout. And Parkawi says no.
Now that is a good delivery from Pollock, and maybe a good decision because he's coming forward pretty quickly. Is that hitting him just outside the off stump? I think you've got to give the benefit to the batsman.
Oh, beautifully bowled. They're asking for everything. Caught behind, stumpings. But not to be. 107 for 2. Well, not hit properly, but for 4. 109 for 2.
It's Klusner to Maddie. Well, that's a good shot. And that'll go all the way to the boundary. Good straight hit. Most confident shot I think Maddie's played so far. 115 for 2.
And he's waited for this one, hitting it straight back past the bowler. Good correct shot in the end. High elbow.
Oh, he's hit that, and it's gone between the two fielders. Only one run as Hayward gets across. Oh.
Now we've seen that happen a few times already. Darren Maddy's still not comfortable with the amount of spin that Paul Adams is generating off the pitch. And what's nice is he's varying that amount of spin as well. So it's not the same all the time. One does turn a little more than the other.
Oh! Well, he really got himself into a tangle there, Nasser Hussain. Well, the concentration I was talking about seems to wave it here. Look at his front foot open up.
Oh, that's beautifully put away. 4 runs just backward a square. Been waiting a long time for that, Nasser Hussain. It takes him to his 50.
Yes, and what a way to go to his 50. A superb shot. He's played a very disciplined innings. When South Africa have had 2 men on the back on the hook, he's refrained from hooking. But as soon as they haven't done that, he's played the hook, and that's his shot, one of his good shots. He really does hook the ball nicely, always with a full extension of the arms. Never allows himself to get cramped up. And that's a long innings, 213 balls.
Certainly Manantha Hayward has bowled well, and that was a fiery delivery. To get out of the way pretty sharply on that one. 131 for 2.
Nasser Hussain just looking skywards. Again, deciding that bailing out was the best option with the man behind square deep on the leg side. Not interested in hooking at all.
Well, that's a lovely bit of bowling. That's a nasty one. Forcing the captain to pull his right hand off the bat very quickly.
And, well, I don't believe it.
I can't believe this. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. Now the meter comes out. It comes out after they've offered the light to the batsman, not before.
Well, they never made it back onto the field of play. Bad light ended things at 4:30 after 85.1 overs of seriously painful attrition. Nasser Hussain unbeaten with 51. Darren Maddy with 24. England 135 for 2. The South African bowlers, Donald never got on again after that stomach upset. The best of them, though, Paul Adams, 22 overs, 1 for 26. He showed great skill and very... Subtropical Durban was hot and steamy yesterday, unlike the cricket, which crawled along, devoid of either the runs or wickets needed to entertain the 16,000-strong Boxing Day crowd. Nevertheless, plenty were through the turnstiles again this morning, and many of them England supporters, keen to see their team throw off the shackles and take the game to the South Africans. Yes, hello and welcome to the highlights of the second day's play from Kingsmead here in Durban. The second day's play in the 3rd test match of the series. South Africa leading by 1-0. Of course, it was turgid going yesterday. Very tough work for Nasser Hussain, inexperienced alongside him at the end of the day with Darren Maddy. Let's have a look at the card as it stood. Mark Butcher fought very, very well for that 48. England 135 for 2 at the close. Hussain unbeaten with 51 and Maddy battling away with 24, but really 135 in the best part of a day was painful. The South African bowlers, successes there for Hayward and for Adams. They were the best two. Adams extremely good as well, I think, as anybody has seen him bowl in a South African shirt. Well, everybody thought that the pitch would be okay. It looked drier. They thought it may come onto the bat a bit more and be better for batting today. We're going to pick up the action now with Darren Maddy on strike to Alan Donald.
No shot offered there by Maddy, and he's hit on the body. He's caught. Yes, Donald's got the breakthrough early on the second day. And a good catch there by Paul Adams in its short leg under the helmet. And Darren Maddy has gone without adding to his overnight score of 24. And an early breakthrough for South Africa.
Exactly what South Africa needed. Darren Maddy tucked up a bit. He was hit on the elbow ball before and pops one up to the man at short square leg. Well taken, Paul Adams.
So Maddie on his way out in only his third test match, out for 24, not adding to his overnight, and England 138 for 3. Donald starts with a full toss to Stewart, which he gets away through mid-wicket. Prisoners after it. They'll get 2 for it. So Stewart off the mark straight away. Oh, this is another one from Donald that climbs a bit on the batsman. Hussain there, a little lucky to get away with that. It just went straight up in the air and nobody could get in underneath it. Through the covers. This is a lovely shot and will be 4 runs.
This is far more characteristic of the captain. Yesterday we've seen him in a very defensive mode. An excellent, magnificent cover drive.
Up in the air, and Donald trying to get underneath it, but he can't. And is it 4 or 6? It's 4. Well, Alan Donald just not fine enough. Pollock is disappointed because that was a top edge. Ooh. Well, that's exactly what Shaun Pollock would like to see Hussain do, is drive at him when it's not really up to him.
Hooked away and 4.
Well, he hits this superbly. I like the way he keeps his arms extended in the hook shot. Nasser Hussain. You can always tell a natural hooker from one who doesn't play the shot quite as naturally.
And again, 4 more.
That's an even better shot. That's in front of square and even more controlled. Lovely shot from Nasser Hussain. 164 for 3.
Ooh, that would have got the bowler excited for a moment or two. And, good running from Stewart. Gets him 2 more. Hussain has scored 19 this morning, fairly raced along. Pulled away. Stewart is so strong there.
Well, unless you can get the bouncer above shoulder height, Alex Stewart is going to punish you because he's so early into position, back and across. He's just waiting for anything short. Look at that.
Pulled away again in front of square. Adams chases, but it's 4 more. I'm not sure that this is a good tactic from South Africa.
Yes, although it was, I must say, a better bouncer from Hayward. It got a bit high, but fortunately for Stewart, he saw it early enough, so he's able to hit it in front of square. But he's not in 100% control of that, or maybe the slight top half of the bat. And if he hadn't hit it as well as he did, well, then Adams could have been in business.
And again, a very expensive over for Hayward and a lucrative one for Stewart. 185 for 3.
It's a good shot. Cornelius will give chase and probably pull it in. And they collect 3, taking England to 189 for 3. Donald, a great attempt, but it beats him and goes for 4.
Well, he's getting it too straight, and he's allowing Stewart to hit it anywhere he wants from square leg the whole way round towards long leg, and he's allowing him to roll the wrists on it. He's going to bowl a bouncer at Stewart. He wants to be shoulder high, about a foot outside off stump.
And that is well played, late and timed beautifully to end the over with a boundary. Almost the worst over that Adams has bowled. brings the 200 up. 202 for 3. Hayward, great attempt and successful as well. And supported brilliantly by Adams. Great commitment from South Africa. Oh, that is beautifully played by Alex Stewart. He is in top nick this morning, and he's cracked that away for 4. Last ball of the over, 7 of the last 2 balls. It's 209 for 3.
Really top-class stuff. Up on his toes. Again, the depth of the crease being used in the stroke. And the full follow. They always say all the players that can hit off the back foot through the covers are a bit extra special. And this morning, Stewart is extra special.
Now, yesterday, Nasser Hussain could hardly hit that ball. Today, he's cracked it beautifully, and it's been very well stopped. Saved 4, certainly. It was 3 in the end because they took a run. But that was well hit.
I judged the pitch was just coming onto the bat a bit more, and I judged that Hussain is a little more relaxed.
Oopsie. Beautifully flighted. And very nearly got in trouble. In fact, he did. Got a run for it. 211 for 3. Beautiful piece of fielding. It's Dale Benkenstein at cover. Oh, and he's found the gap again. Gibbs is chasing. He can give it up. That is beautifully played for a 50 of the highest order from Alex Stewart. Well, what a change this morning. He gets applause all around the ground, and richly deserved. It's a high-class innings. He's got that away behind square on the offside. Klusner. Oh.
Cut away and 4. The fielders didn't move.
Magnificent stroke here. Alex Stewart, very severe on anything short. Beautiful. Rocks into that back foot, smashes it through the covers.
Nicely turned away, beautifully timed. That'll race away for 4. That's as good a stroke as Stewart has played. Bounce, well taken. Excellent bit of wicket keeping from Boucher. Cut away and 4. Slight misfield by South African standards, but a good stroke. 237 for 3. That's beautifully driven down the ground. That'll run away for 4 and bring up the 100 partnership between these two. 103 to be precise.
They've played beautifully, Nasser Hussain and Alex Stewart.
Immediately goes after Stewart, and Stewart is lucky. Again, he gets the top edge, and it bounces short of the man down at fine leg. Again, he goes for it, brings it off, and it slips through the hands of fine leg, goes for 4 runs, and it's 248 for 3. It's a good save by Paul Adams. It was well struck down the ground. It's hit him on the wrist, and it's hurting. That was just short, I think, of the short square leg, short backward square leg. It's a single, but he went on the hook and didn't quite get right over the top of it. Well, Donald continues to test him with the odd short one, despite the fact that it's cost quite a lot of runs, and Stewart is very good at playing the hook pull shot. Again, they take on Hansi Cronje. He has a go at the bowler's end, and he's jumping around as though that was pretty close.
Yes, I think he would have been gone by at least a foot or two had they hit the stumps directly. Hansi Cronje very accurate on most occasions, but he's only got one stump to aim at there.
I think he might just have been short. Where's the bat? Oh, he would have been well out.
A splendid morning of Test match cricket, and all credit to Nasser Hussain, unbeaten with 96, and Alex Stewart, unbeaten with 72. A brilliant effort from him. England have added 121 in that session for the loss of just one wicket. What a contrast to yesterday. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have a look at the afternoon session of play. Kingsmead, pretty steamy here, though nothing like as hot as it was yesterday, Boxing Day, of course. Cricket going very well from England's point of view. Stewart and Hussain on song. We'll pick up the action again with the captain and his predecessor at the wicket.
Oh, well played. Goodness gracious me, he's got that away for 4. The ball almost went along the ground. Oh! Well, Adams got everything right then. Turned the ball back into Stewart. And Stewart, a very lucky man. And gets punished. How unfair is this game? Again, short again, and 4 more. Stewart hasn't missed out on any bad ball that Adams has bowled since lunch.
Where's his red suit today?
Thanks for the chocolates. Edge and 4, and that 100. Doesn't matter how you get there. Hussain delighted with his 800 in Test cricket. And a hug from Alex Stewart, who's contributed in a great way towards the way Hussain has played today, certainly. Well played, the England captain.
What a great 100, and he's worked very hard for it. He raises his arms towards the dressing rooms. The England dressing room all on their feet, applauding the captain. Did get a nick in the end, between that big gap between the keeper and third slip. 4 runs for Nasser Hussain. Well played.
Oh, well bowled. 272 for 3. Former England captain makes up that list as Stewart turns that off his pads for another boundary.
This is through. Herschel Gibbs is quick enough to haul it in, and quick enough too to prevent them from getting 3.
Yeah, it's slow outfield, and it isn't that much quicker actually than it was yesterday.
There's an appeal this time for LBW, but I think as they went up, they knew that umpire Orchard wouldn't be over impressed.
The interesting thing about the appeal, though, was that the ball swung as much as it did. In dip and then darting back off the seam. That'll give Hayward a bit of encouragement. The ball was going on down the leg side a fair way.
This is a better shot. Now Orchard is unmoved. This must be out, surely. Yes! At last he's got him. And that's great perseverance by the young man. He's beaten the bat and hit those pads on several occasions in the last couple of overs. And eventually he gets the decision. And Alex Stewart has gone. And sad for him that he falls 5 short of what would have been his 13th Test 100. because it would have been a good one.
Been a splendid innings from Alex Stewart, but it's a marvellous bit of bowling that's done for him. Late movement, darting back, pitching the ball up. That's been the key for me. The bowling since lunch has been better for pitching the ball up. Very warm hand for Alex Stewart. He's gone for 95, and everybody here at Kingsmead know that he's brought the game alive. 149 balls for that inning. Splendid boundaries all around the park.
Cracking shot by Hussain. Arguably one of his best of the innings. Oh, he's got the edge. It's no slip, and that may well be Klusener into the third man. Very fine third man boundary, and it does. It's a good shot, and he'll get 4. It's the biggest gap on the field. And Hussain takes full toll of an over-pitch delivery.
In the air, but in the gap. Cronje chases, but will give it up. Oh, he's put him down. Donald on his knees with despair. Pollock, his opening bowling partner, has put one down at mid-wicket.
Disappointment here for Donald. Straight into the hands of Shaun Pollock. They're not going to come much easier than that one, but very, very disappointed.
Turn that now past Pollock. He'll have to chase. So really kept him interested, but it's just made it. Might not have done on the first morning. Pollock would have had just a little bit more energy. Well, that's worth an ask. More than an ask, a plead. Hussain knows he misjudged it. Bowled him out. Full toss, I think, in the end. But the undoing of Chris Adams.
Paul Adams giving the ball a little more flight. Just looked as if Chris Adams was going for a huge heave. Way across the line, and he was done by the flight, no doubt. Chris Adams then bowled Paul Adams. 53 minutes for 19. England now 336 for 5.
Well, the short leg will be pleased that that missed him, and it's going to go to the boundary for 4. Just a little over-pitched and a little wide from Adams. Here for LBW, up goes the finger. Hansie Cronje has struck before the new ball, just what South Africa wanted. And the last of the recognised batsmen in the order goes. Flintoff, LBW to Cronje.
Is Flintoff not quite going anywhere with that shot, just pushing forward, almost undecided as whether he should be playing on the leg side or not. And the only question can be whether he squeezed it between bat and pad. Certainly on line, hitting middle stump. Flintoff is gone.
Another appeal for LBW, and up goes the finger again. Hansie Cronje has got 2 straight on line in a row, and when the new batsman Goff comes to the wicket, Cronje will be on a hat-trick and an LBW hat-trick too.
Well, I think that is a very good decision by umpire Cowie, simply because it's not easy to give 2 in a row. And that's swinging in, that's hitting him roundabout off stump and probably going on to hit middle. Good decision, hits him low on the pad. And Caddick is gone for a first ball, duck. There he goes. England 345 for 7 now.
Cronje can't wait to get at him. What is he going to produce? produces a very similar delivery to the two previous ones, which were successful. Straight and up to the bat. And this is parried away to mid-wicket by Darren Gough.
Brilliant fielding by Paul Adams. That was stunning. That's up in the air and should be a catch for somebody. Klusner's under it and has caught it. Donald claims another wicket on his way to 300. Klusner almost with relief, because they're not fun, those catches.
Well, he's made a hash of it. He got himself in such a tangle, Gough, not being sure whether to get in line or get out of line or attack or defend, or in the end he doesn't get it right. He's gone for 9 while the umpires are having a chat.
Nicked it out. Pollock claims another wicket. England 9 down. There was something almost inevitable about that. Just by the foot movement, he got back and across to start with, and then back outside leg stump again with every delivery he received.
Wouldn't look good on a home video. He's finito for nothing at all. And 362 for 9, England now.
Oh, how didn't that hit the stumps? It doesn't appear with the naked eye to have changed too much in the last 20 minutes. Also with the naked eye, it doesn't look all that dark. England are going off. Well, that does surprise me. I don't see the point.
Well, I think the decision to come off for bad light was as much because Nasser Hussain didn't want Philip Tufnell injured as anything else. 146 unbeaten. The captain, Tufnell, no score. England 366 for 9 at the close. And all credit to Alex Stewart. Brilliant performance, 5 short of 100. A disappointment for everybody that he didn't get there. The South African bowlers, 2 for Donald, 1 for Pollock, 2 for Hayward, 2 for Paul Adams, who was the pick, 48 overs, 16 maidens, 2 for 74, and 2 for Hansie Cronje. I wonder why he didn't bowl himself just a little bit more. Well, I said that Alex Stewart was the star of the show, and after play I had a chat. Start of another hot morning yesterday. The sunshine, though, was reserved for the England batsmen, who responded to Sunday's go slow with exhilarating stroke play. Alex Stewart's 95 was a masterpiece. Nasser Hussain's 146 unbeaten, a marathon. Their efforts rewarded England with applause at last, and encouragement for the start of day 3. Yes, welcome to the highlights of this, the third day from the Kingsmead Cricket Ground in Durban of the third test match between the South Africans and England. Marvellous stuff yesterday, led by Alex Stewart. Let's have a reminder of the scorecard. 366 for 9, and Nasser Hussain still there, unbeaten, with Phil Tufnell somehow hanging on at the end. But really it was a story that belonged exclusively to Hussain and to Stewart. They both did tremendously well. The South African bowlers, and most of them chipping in, though the suspicion I have is that both Alan Donald and Shaun Pollock are a touch tired. Nanti Hayward bowled quickly and impressively at times, but the pick of the bunch by some way. Paul Adams, with his unorthodox left arm spin, a really good long spell of bowling that posed England many, many problems. Right, well, we're almost ready to get into the action. What we must tell you first is that there was a delay at the start of play. There'd been a lot of overnight rain, and we lost an hour's cricket because of that. And then we lost a further 25 minutes with a fiasco over the rolling of the pitch. One of the heavy rollers broke down. They tried to get another one in. They couldn't locate it. The battery broke down. They'd rolled the pitch with a light roller. It went on and drove everybody balmy. It will not do, and ground administrators have to do better than that. We must get cricket underway, especially when there's a good crowd in the ground. All right, we'll get into the action. England have declared, and the South African openers, Herschel Gibbs and Gary Kirsten, are at the wicket.
Well, that's going to go to the boundary, and it's byes. Again, Gary Kirsten plays at one that he needn't have done.
It's the real sign of a bloke desperate to get bat on ball.
Ooh, that one got up a bit, and it hit him on the body. So a good end to Caddick's first over, 6 for no wicket.
Oh, he slices that away. That'll be 4 runs. No third man. And I don't think he had a great deal of control, but he had enough really to keep it down. Ooh. It's the sort of line you want to bowl at all day with that seam. Oh, that's edged and caught. Stewart takes the catch. Super bowling from Caddick. A bit of bounce, and Herschel Gibbs is out. And he's gone for 2, and South Africa lose their first wicket early on. 11 for 1, but very well bowled Andrew Caddick.
Well, not just a little bounce for Caddick, a lot of bounce for Caddick, directed at that off stump. Herschel Gibbs drawn into the shot, and really that leaves him off the seam, bounces a lot. Excellent delivery, and Alex Stewart takes a smart catch. Nice moving away to his right.
Well, delight for the Barmy Army, disappointment for Herschel Gibbs. South Africa now 11 for 1, Gibbs out for 2. Now, Andrew Caddick to Jacques Kallis, his first ball. In off the thigh, into short leg. The crowd go up. Darren Maddy doesn't, and it's all a bit of a laugh. Oh, that's not a bad delivery. Perhaps a bit of an inside edge, or maybe moving down. Caddick was quite convinced. Not much support from behind.
It's quite a nice appeal. Obviously, no support from the crowd either, so it doesn't sound as effective. But that's moved quite a lot off the seam, and perhaps a little bit high as well. Period with the new ball now is going to be very testing for South Africa.
And that's the end of a very, very good over from Andrew Caddick. It's 11 for 1. An appeal and out. Well, you heard the shot, catch it straight away. Kallis, a very, very slight shake of the head. Caddick gets the second wicket, and South Africa in a spot of bother at 11 for 2. Kallis caught Stewart, bowled Caddick for naught.
Fair enough. Down the leg side, you feel a little bit disappointed as a batsman, but it's the extra bounce that causes it to brush the gloves rather than just go off the thigh pad. And Kallis very disappointed, having got out down the leg side, just a shake of the head. He probably does feel a little bit strangled, so to speak, but what a start for England.
And Andrew Caddick's 100th test wicket is Jacques Kallis, a shake of the head, more so the way he got out. And South Africa 11 for 2 in the reply to 366 for 9. Again, he finds the edge, and Cullinan will get off the mark with the 4. Oh, beautiful stop by Darren Maddy at short leg. We've talked about him already. And England on top at the moment after 8 overs. South Africa 15 for 2, and Andrew Caddick has now taken 2 for 5 in 4. Shot by Kirsten, and it's gone to the long leg boundary for 4. First really aggressive shot by South Africa. The short ball punished, and Kirsten plays it well.
It's a good shot from Kirsten. Don't think it's going to get to the boundary. No, Caddick will haul it in. 3 more to the left-hander. That's out. Kirsten goes. Stewart and Caddick, the combination once again. South Africa in awful trouble.
3 wickets now for Andrew Caddick. He's bowled very, very well. Extra bounce, extra movement of the pitch does the trick for him again. South Africa lose their 3rd wicket. Beautifully bowled. Fine nick towards keeper Stewart. He makes no mistake. And England claim their 3rd wicket. Field placing change made. man at the silly point is now at a leg gully position.
Cut away. Feeling that bottom hand still, Cronje, but from the blow from the ball before, but he hit that very solidly.
Goes on the pull and he brings it off well. In fact, it ends up just backward a square. So more of a hook, really, and a very good shot. Oh, that's in the air, past the short leg, though. Cronje will get 2. Every now and again, though, he doesn't control that shot well enough. He doesn't get it down. And that flew over the left shoulder of Darren Maddy at forward short leg. Bowled in. Now that one seemed to keep a little bit low, and it has knocked the off stump out of the ground. And Daryl Cullinan, who was looking so solid, has been bowled by Darren Gough.
Keeps a little bit low. It does find the inside edge, and Daryl Cullinan, as was looking so good, he's gone for 20, and South Africa 57 for 4.
Klusener's off the mark straight away, pushing into the covers and putting his head down and make sure that he gets underway.
Greeting from Silverwood. Oh, he's found the gap as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players behind square on the offside. And Klusener's not afraid to take the chance and go for it. 4 runs, and you heard the shout as he hit it. Catch it. You've got to get in the way to catch it. 62 for 4. Fetch that one as well. Might not go all the way, but the contest is on. England are so weary of this man. That's 4. And already Chris Silverwood is exasperated. And Klusener goes to 11. Straight down the ground, beautiful shot on the up. And Silverwood can only but smile now because it is over as a contest in this little period of play. Klusener hands down at 72 for 4. Well, Lance Klusener has already stamped his authority on this innings, and this is absolute class. On the up, back of the length delivery, and well, Silverwood can smile there because that is a good ball and it's got a clattering. That's a great shot. South Africa counter-attacking here, finding themselves in difficulty.
It's amazing. We've been talking about the slow outfield. You see it coming into play here. But when Lance Klusener strikes the ball, suddenly that just disappears. Everything races towards the fence.
Catching, yeah!
Oh, he's been taken at short leg. A great catch. Tufnell gets a massive, massive breakthrough for England. Klusener's gone. Tufnell's first over has done the trick. And South Africa are in desperate trouble at 74 for 5. Klusener caught at short leg. Some brilliant, brilliant captaincy and a wonderful catch here by Darren Maddy. Look at that.
Superb catch. I think Nasser Hussain did brilliantly. Changed the pace, brought on the spinner, and immediate success for England. Wonderful catch, Darren Maddy. And Lance Klusener is out for 15.
And now at the crease with captain Hansie Cronje is Sean Pollock.
Steep bounce is his biggest asset. He's nicked it, first ball. Caddick is amongst the wickets again. Courtesy, once again, Alex Stewart.
Very fine length Of course, it's a good line, but the length, you watch where Cronje goes here. He's expecting the ball to be banged into the pitch, which is Caddick's usual method. It's England's method to Cronje a lot of the time. And so he's caught half and half. He can barely get, he's almost on the move as he's trying to get forward. He can't get forward. Front foot isn't planted. There's no solid base to the stroke. The bat is dragged away from the body because of it, and that's why the edge comes. Super catch as well. Cronje's gone for 28, 84 for 6 now, South Africa.
Oh, he's bowled in. On the back crease he was. I didn't see the bails come off for a moment, but I knew he was in trouble. Well, well, well. Sensational stuff from Caddick and from England.
Length, brilliant, brilliant. He's forced him back and no feet at all. Might have got an under edge onto it actually, but he just stood there like a pillar, unable to get the feet going at all. And Caddick, with exemplary length, has done for 2 in 3 balls. And the complexion of this match is absolutely amazing. Given what happened on the first day, to see where the match stands now, well, you can hardly believe it, can you? Fantastic effort from England. Big problems for South Africa, as that duck across the screen often suggests. The end of Mark Boucher. It's 84 for 7.
Out, caught slip. Sensational. Absolutely sensational.
Fantastic cricket from England. Donald this time on the wrong end of it. Normally it's Donald with the ball or Pollock with the ball. Now Pollock is watching at the non-striker's end, and Donald is the man who's hanging the bat out to dry as Atherton takes a nice comfortable catch. You'd love him to be around waist-height at slip all the time. Caddick has been outstanding.
So Donald gets a duck. He's 13th in Test cricket, a statistic that he isn't really chuffed about. He's driven that straight, and it will go for 4.
Gee, it's a good bit of timing. He was actually making room, had a bit of a wind-up at it, and Caddick followed him. And he just brought the bat down in a lovely straight arc, and it rocketed off dead centre.
Oh, that was a quality stroke. My goodness me.
Brilliant. Flayed away. Sort of stroke you see in one-day cricket, not often in Test cricket. Gave himself just a few inches of room.
Nudged off his hip, just back with a square, and he'll get a single. And brings up the 100. This is nicely timed by Shaun Pollock. Tufnell's again after it. He might just haul it in. He makes an awful mess of the slide, and it's 4 runs. And he's got it away past the leg gully, and they're going to get 2, which is just what they want, so that Pollock can have the strike at the start of the new over. And it's 2 more valuable runs. 114 for 8.
Oh, missed it. Mostly because of very full length, and also just a little bit of in-swing. That'll run away down towards the boundary. Won't quite get there. Andrew Flintoff, the fielder. It's a beautiful stroke. Such sweet timing.
That deserves 4. South African flags waving.
Pulled that away with power. work it away for one, which he gets in the end. 129 for 8. Down the wicket and over the top. Way to go. That's good batting.
That brings 50 up for Shaun Pollock. Superbly batting. Looks at his dressing room, lifts his bat up. South African dressing room very happy. It's come at the right time for him. 51, South Africa move on to 139. Field does come up, and Shaun Pollock not hesitant in going above, over the top. Well struck.
He's got that away through the covers. They'll probably... No, they're going to run the 2.
He's playing very well.
And again. Well, that might go all the way. And does. So the follow-on is becoming more achievable every minute here. This is a beautiful stroke.
Sweetly struck, Shaun Pollock, way into the grandstand. Uses his feet nicely to the pitch of the ball. Smack.
He's pulled that away to not very well. There was no mid-on, luckily for him. Still wants his 2, but Pollock says no.
This might be lucky runs. He's had a go at it, and it's going to go for 4 behind the wicket-keeper. Well, he plays the hook and the pull shot rather well, does Shaun Pollock. There he got a top edge. Luckily for him, it flew over the wicket-keeper's head. No. Oh, that was a terrible shot by Shaun Pollock. And he's dragged it on inside edge and into the stumps. And, well, you might shake your head, Shaun. That was a terrible shot.
Well, he did this a few times before T, gave himself room and then trying to smash it through the extra cover region. He's tried to do it again. It's whether Caddick has just taken the pace off it slightly, I'm not quite sure. He may just have done that. And that's caused Shaun Pollock to get the inside edge onto the leg stump. A gallant effort. I'm surprised he has changed it, or he did not bat a little bit more circumspectly. He's gone for 64, and South Africa now still a few short of that follow-on, 154 for 9.
This is driven through the covers. Won't go for 4, but he'll get a couple. Was upish, but in the gap. And so 2 runs. Caught. He's going to be caught. He is. He's caught at mid-on by Mike Atherton. And South Africa's innings has ended on 156. And they are 11 runs short of avoiding the follow-on. And now, does the England captain enforce the follow-on? I would imagine he would. Wonderful effort by Andrew Caddick. His best ever test figures, his previous best 6 for 65 against the West Indies in Port of Spain and Trinidad. And although he didn't get the last wicket, he is the man that has bowled South Africa out.
A brilliant effort by England in the field. Everybody contributed. Caddick obviously was the star. 4 batsmen for South Africa in the middle got going. Cullinan, Cronje, Klusener and latterly Pollock, but nobody could do anything to repel England. They were on the rampage, and they really do deserve that performance. 156 all out, the South Africans. 7 for 46, Andrew Caddick. Career best figures, beating the 6 that he took against the West Indies. 2 for 36 for Darren Gough, and a wicket there for Philip Tufnell as well. Now, we're going to take you back into play now with the news that South Africa are 210 behind England, and it's Gary Kirsten and Herschel Gibbs who begin the long haul for South Africa to try to get back into the match.
Close, very close. Well, my goodness me, was that going down the leg side? That's my first feeling, just missing leg stump.
It's kept very low on Herschel Gibbs. You'll see pitching round about the off stump, cutting back, maybe doing just a little bit too much, and Orchard giving the batsman the benefit of the doubt.
If you're an opening batsman against the new ball, you need that sort of luck. You're going to find the edge is going to be found a lot against a top-class bowler. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. That's beautifully bowled.
Yes, this is bounced just in front of Flintoff as he dives vainly to try and prevent the boundary.
And they're offering the light to the batsman who accepted. Now, there were boos yesterday when England came off. Needless to say, there's applause today.
There's slightly more at stake at this time. Even Ali Bakr is not too unhappy.
More bad light. They were offered exactly the same time as on the first day, funnily enough, 4:30, when the umpires decided that that would do for the day. Gary Kirsten not out with 3. He really does look out of sorts. Herschel Gibbs, who looked really good. Not day of the 4th day's play in the 3rd Test match between South Africa and England. Seen yesterday of a devastating performance by Andrew Caddick. Seven for 46, a career best performance in Test cricket from Andrew Caddick, and it's given England an outstanding position in the game. Hello to you and welcome to the highlights of this, the 4th day's play. Let's have a look at the cards as they stood overnight, because England bowled out the South Africans for 156. What a splendid effort that was, a lead of 210. Caddick, of course, the star man. Tufnell, I thought, bowled very well, and Darren Gough, although he was off colour, still did a very good support job for the impressive Andrew Caddick. South Africa made 27 for no wicket at the start of their follow-on, so the difference between the sides now just 183. Here on the 4th morning, we had a wonderfully sunny day. The pitch looked good. Frankly, it seemed to be a batsman's day. Let's pick it up with Gary Kirsten on strike to Andrew Caddick.
As he's found the gap here, and he'll get a couple into the covers. Darren Gough to Gibbs. And down through the gully area. Butcher after it, and there'll be 2 for Herschel Gibbs. That was a nasty one. Tried to pull his head out of the way, but it was onto him very quickly. This will be 4. I think he might have wanted to play it a little bit squarer than he did, but he'll take 4 runs just backward a square.
Up in the air and out. That's the bounce that Caddick gets. And it's just a question of where the ball goes once it's hit the splice or the glove or wherever it went. This occasion, it just lobbed up in the air.
Well deserved, yeah. Andrew Caddick kept the ball in the right areas this morning, so that Herschel Gibbs, just the ball before, tried to hook one outside the off stump. This one much straighter, pops up an easy catch to the man at short square leg, Darren Maddy, and England get their first wicket. Herschel Gibbs then 26 out, caught Maddy, bowled Caddick. South Africa 41 for 1.
Slapped that away over cover, short and wide, and it got what it deserved. Now, let's, it might well be very good batsmanship, this. Just discussed how Cullis has got out a couple of times, gloving the ball down the leg side. pulled away, almost with disdain.
Tremendous pull shot. Gets over it nicely and hits it with lots of power.
That's nicely timed. Desperate dive at mid-on, but 2 runs.
Oh, that's beautifully bowled. The big appeal. Silverwood can't believe it. Kallis stays and is unmoved. Absolutely beautifully bowled by Chris Silverwood. Stewart can't believe it.
And there is no way that anybody could be certain from watching the replays. The sound and the deflection at the moment it happened suggested that it was out. Dave Orchard thought differently, and that maybe Dave Orchard made a brilliant choice.
Oh, that's another good ball. Oopsie, trouble. Kirsten has to get back. Well, would have been close, but I don't think out. He moves very quickly for a big man, Flintoff. We've seen him in the field. Kirsten making an odd decision here.
You don't want to run out. Of all the things in all the world, when you're out of nick and your side are struggling, he'd have really been struggling.
Well, this is the 5th over from Chris Silverwood from the Old Port Road end. And I think he's been encouraged by that appeal earlier. This is another beautiful delivery. Oops, there's Kallis down the wicket. And 1 bounce for 4.
I can't understand why England made that fielding change.
Well, I don't know whether he got an inside edge there. Oh, that might be out. It isn't, but it's beautifully bowled. Very clever bit of bowling, almost reminiscent of how Tufnell got Cronje out in the first innings in Port Elizabeth, when he lobbed it up, lured him, and left it wide of off stump. Turned away by Jacques Kallis. He will certainly get 2. Caddick loping round there. Puts a size 14 boot on it. And they've managed to go through for 3. Oh, calls of catch it. Whether there was a bat involved, the ball didn't go very far.
This is nicely cut. Backward of square, and it's going to go to the boundary. No ball call. Now that's very interesting. You don't often see Tufnell bowl a no ball, and they would have certainly, well, they went up for the appeal for LBW anyway. Gary Kirsten decides to open his shoulders, and he's hit it over mid-wicket. It won't go to the boundary because he didn't really get it as well as he might have liked. He's going to get 3 runs. His intention, though, was to have a little go there at Tufnell, and it takes a total of 94 for 1. Plenty of air from Tufnell there, trying to tempt Gary Kirsten maybe to come down the wicket again like he did the last ball of his last over. Yeah, there were shouts of catch it again, and I think with justification. That might have been a bit of glove, then pad.
Driven away, backward of square. Whether it'll get to the rope is debatable. The ball slowing up now, really keeping the fielder interested, but it does. The first boundary of the afternoon session. 108 now for 1. That's a beautifully controlled stroke. There's a certain risk about it, but my goodness, he hit it sweetly.
Well, as far as sweep shots go, that must be the swoop of the match, because, as you say, Caddick is only about 5 or so meters behind square.
Oh, that's in the air and over the slip cordon. Again, Caddick's extreme bounce causing problems. Sweetly struck and beautifully stopped. Darren Gough. Tell you, that had 4 written all over it. But what commitment at middle. 115 for 1. Oh, he's got that away very, very fine. Enormous chase for Caddick. And he's going to get there. It's not the sort of thing a bowler in operation on the other end wants to do first ball after the previous over. 118 for 1. Cullis, though, deft touch. Well, geez, someone's aggressive out there. Oh, Kirsten, that's well played. He used his feet well. Silverwood. Oops, that's 4. That is a very well played 50 by Gary Kirsten, and reaches it in good fashion as well.
He's a great team man, Gary Kirsten. That is a wonderfully resilient effort. We'll take a short break. See you in a minute. Welcome back to Kingsmead in Durban. Still a long haul for the South Africans if they're to save for the game. We'll get back into play with Gary Kirsten and Jacques Kallis at the crease, and it's 126 for 1.
Oh, that's got through him. For a moment, I think Gough thought it had gone from bat onto stumps, but a beautifully bowled Yorker just wide of the stumps for Kallis's good fortune.
Well, he's slashed away for 4 runs now. It was just a little bit too wide and full, and Gary Kirsten was quickly onto it.
Great reach from Kirsten, a lovely use of that front leg in the drive there, and he got over the ball a bit better than he sometimes does. But England won't worry. They had him caught in the gully in Port Elizabeth, playing exactly that stroke.
Gary Kirsten again uses his feet nicely. He did so a little while ago to Tufnell and drove him through the covers for 4. This time it doesn't reach the boundary, but he gets 3. This is a beautiful shot through the covers. That races away to the boundary. Just too full from Gough. Perfect place for Gary Kirsten.
Top-class stroke. You do not need to run for these. Love the way he's starting to lean into the ball, get low over it. Whew. It's a super bit of cricket.
Oh, there he is, looking for that in-swinging, reverse-swinging Yorker. Seemed to do just a little bit of it, but Kallis was up to it, and the applause is for the 100 partnership. Oh, lovely save there at backward point by Adams. And it's 141 for 1.
It's a good shot. 2 more to Kirsten. Fine and 4. That's a beautiful stroke. Quality.
And that's a very well played 50 for Jacques Kallis. It took a strong mental approach from him this morning. He made sure he didn't play anything going down the leg side. He limited himself, and then he gets to the 50 in fine style. Darren Maddy, the one making the vain effort in the covers.
Pulled away through mid-wicket with authority.
Yes, just lately he started to play a few shots on drives with authority, and this one, well, it's a full flow of the bat, great full shot. Just short of a length, and there's a man close in at mid-wicket, but it's gone over his head and quickly.
That's hurt Stewart's finger. Now David Richardson will talk you through this. He can't feel any pain sitting next to me, but I'm sure you've felt it before.
It's the thing about Alex Stewart I've noticed, that he's got gloves which are very, very pliable. They've been worn in to such an extent that his fingers, I don't know, I don't think the glove provides enough support when they are in such a condition. Very easy for the finger to bend backwards. On this occasion, I think it's just hit the end of the finger, the little finger.
Down the wicket comes Gary Kirsten, meets it well and hits it through the covers for 4.
We've seen him do that to Philip Tufnell before. Brilliant the way he uses his feet, gets to the pitch of the ball very quickly. Super strike through the covers, 4 runs.
Well, it's a long time since we've seen Gary Kirsten play a loose shot like that.
Oh, there's a bit of movement in the 80th over. The end of it, in fact, 186 for 1. Oh, he's hit that beautifully. 4 runs. Lovely shot from Jacques Kallis. Whipped away. And it's 191 for 1.
Well, that is a lovely shot from Jacques Kallis. He's back and across. He's well into position. He's kept it down all the way. And that's the 150 partnership between the two.
We might look for 2 here. Silverwood off the boundary. Kirsten's coming for the second. And makes it fairly easily in the end. Well run. Oh, that's... Well, Gary Kirsten shakes his head. I don't think he could believe that that didn't bounce higher than it did. Oh, there's the drive, the appeal, the gone. He's caught behind. Kallis goes. Goff gets the breakthrough with the second new ball. Somewhat lazy shot outside off stump by Jacques Kallis. He's out for 69. And the second wicket falls after a stand of 152. And it's Jacques Kallis.
Well, a full delivery from Goff, and Kallis perhaps forgiven. The shot was on, really. The drive was there. And maybe he's more surprised than any that he's nicked it. He walks away, kicking the ground. Just a little faint edge to Alex Stewart. He's gone 204 balls. That's important. He's out for 69, and South Africa now 2 down for 193.
Oopsie. That was nearly a wide as well, but Kirsten trying to go for it, nearly fell over trying to carve that away. He's 6 away from 100.
Ooh, forward short leg. Look, he knows it. Straight to him, that would have gone.
Would have shouted Goff, oh no.
Shot. Beautiful.
Light's so good, he can play a stroke like that.
Good committed fielding too. Please replace all divots.
It's fantastic from Nasser Hussain.
That's got past mid-off to the furthest point of the ground. 3 to Kirsten. And the end of the over, 204 for 2. He's got that through. Will he get 2 for it? He's running like a hare. Gary Kirsten goes to his 10th Test century to go with 18 half-centuries. Well played, young man. A very, very important innings indeed. First South African to score 10 Test hundreds. Darrell Cullen on the other end has 9, as did Dudley Norse. And I think Mark Nicholas summed it up only a few moments ago when he said Gary Kirsten will remember this innings for a very long time, and not just because of that statistic. Shot. Needn't run for that. Or maybe you should. No, you needn't.
This is beautifully driven by Darrell Cullinan, and it's going for 4. Now he pulls through mid-wicket, and he's hit it well enough for it to go to the boundary. And now Gary Kirsten goes straight back over his head, and it goes into the boundary. Good hit down the ground by Gary Kirsten.
Oh, did I hear a nick? I think I did. It's a question of whether it carried. He's been given out. Cullinan goes. What a blow that is for South Africa.
Yes, it's wide, it's short. Darrell Cullinan plays the cut shot. He's really hasn't put a foot wrong in this innings either until this moment. And I think a bottom edge. That in itself is a little bit unlucky. Flintoff rewarded for some hard work on a long, hot day. Umpire Cowie almost saying, I'm sorry, Darrell, but I've got to give you.
Cullen then caught Stuart Bowl. Flintoff for 16. South Africa 242 in their second innings for 3. Tufnell. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, Phil, you nearly got him. Oh, that's a good delivery, and it could have gone anywhere. That was quick.
That came out of nowhere.
Play and miss. No, not miss. Edge. What a breakthrough. Flintoff has taken 2 in 2 overs, and England are right back in this game.
I don't suppose they've really been out of it, but certainly Flintoff has turned this day's play around on its head. Cronje really taken by surprise by the previous delivery, a short one, which hit him on the gloves, and not quite in position, playing away from his body. A little bit of extra bounce from Flintoff, and Cronje just snicks it through to Stewart. 244 for 4 now.
No, that nearly dragged down onto the stumps. Boucher under fire here.
Well, this is good bowling from Caddick in the last over. Very good bounce. That must have shaved the stumps.
By heaven, didn't England turn the thing on its head in that last half an hour or so, with Andrew Flintoff picking up those wickets. All credit, though, to Gary Kirsten. He's still there, unbeaten with 126. He may be the man to save the game for South Africa. I reckon he's got a bat for the first hour on the final morning. 251 for 4 with the good support by Jacques Kallis. The England bowlers, Andrew Caddick had a wicket. He was good again. Darren Gough bowled a bit quicker today. He's got a wicket. Bowlers.
Kirsten on his way again. That'll help to get Andrew Caddick loose. He'll have a little bit of stiffness in those joints this morning.
Early this morning.
Pick up 2 there. The other thing they've got to do as well, I think, is keep the over rate up. Stop South African scoring. They're only 50 ahead now. In the air, but safe. Flying over gully. It's 4 runs. Short and wide.
That's it.
It's not that complicated, really, is it? Been 13.5. I find that a little strange there, because there was a man out there for a few overs. There wasn't. He's had a go at the hook. Test score in South Africa, and his second highest of all time. Of course, that 210 at Old Trafford. Oh, it's edged and goes away. You just feel this heat sticking in there, and it'll start coming your way.
Appears from the action, and a bit more bounce as well. Oh, there, and that very nearly squeezes onto the stumps, and was a prime example of what you were illustrating. He's trying to force off the back foot instead of perhaps just defending, but good steep bounce and a bit of movement as well. And space on the leg side, and it may well go to the boundary, or will it? Could be a long chase. They could run 4 if it stops. Caddick will get there now. They'll take 3. Tended to follow Caddick around the ball today, and that brings a 50 partnership up. Oh, that's gone through him. Still finding something is Andrew Flintoff in this pitch. Look at this. Cracking shot. Well, we've said it before about Mark Boucher. When he gets it right in that area, there are a few better. Ooh, he's in danger of not getting there this time as well with that shot.
That's the extra that Flintoff gets because of his strength.
Oh, he's found space, and guess who's chasing? It's Caddick again, and he's made a great stop. Saved the single because they've run 3.
Kirsten drives. Just the one this time, but that's all he needs to go to that 150.
Applause from his teammates. Gary Kirsten, very, very well played. Exactly what South Africa needed. Came to their rescue, and the innings was built around him. Really played superbly.
Lucky here. A little late on the shot that time, Mark Boucher. Inside edge, past the leg stump, and a single. Oh! Tufnell. Again finding just the outside edge there of Boucher, and he's racing back for the second is Boucher. And that was a very, very good throw by Andrew Caddick, who's one of the slower people around the field. And in fact, the umpire, Cowie, has asked the third umpire to have a look at this. Boucher seemed to be home. See, just a bit of bounce and turn there, an outside edge. Tufnell is disappointed. Caddick races round, picks up now. He's a bit slow, but he's got a very good arm indeed. Now we'll have to have a better look at that. Here comes the bat sliding in. He's okay. Just chopped away on the offside by Boucher, and it'll go for 4. Hard into the ground, up over the head of the gully, and away to the boundary.
Boucher given a bit of width. Reaches nice. He did keep a bit low. Chopped it into the ground, and an indication of how hard the ground is in and around that wicket area. We have seen that the outfield was softer with the rains that we've had, but the wicket and around it was extremely hard.
4 runs. You see, once Boucher gets going, he's prepared to play his shots, and he's very talented. And he creamed that through the covers.
An example of a perfect cover drive. Gets his foot nicely to the pitch. Head over the ball. Beautifully struck.
This is through mid-wicket. Good shot by Gary Kirsten. Maddie's chasing hard. Well, he's got the hand to it. We'll have to have a check as to whether he was touching the ball when his body hit the boundary. It was a good effort by Maddie.
Super shot here from Gary Kirsten. Pierces that mid-wicket area. The outfield today much quicker than it was on the previous 4 days of this test match.
Well, third umpire Wolf Diedrich has decided it is 4 runs.
That's a beautiful stroke from Kirsten. And 4 as it left the bat.
Over pitch, and when he is playing well, such a simple technique.
Oh, well, that's 4 more. That was a poor delivery. It was full and very wide.
Yes, Flintoff's not happy. Just trying to find his line and length early on in the spell. But again, Mark Nicholas on the first day of the test was talking about Gary Kirsten's form and perhaps leaning back, not getting his weight into the shot. But just the occupation of the crease, it's cured all that. Look at that bent knee.
Abdaway will look for 2 here for his 50. He's very quick between the wickets and he'll get it. Well played, Mark Boucher.
Yes, just stuck on 48 for about 15 minutes or so. But that's well played.
Gutsy stuff from the South Africans again this morning, and they've gone along at a reasonable rate as well. 343 for 4 at lunch. Kirsten's been out there for 630 minutes. That's only 15 minutes short of Michael Atherton's effort at the Wanderers 4 years ago. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll see how things go in the second session of play.
Fantasize about.
Welcome back to the most beautiful day here at the Kingsmead Cricket Ground in Durban. The South Africans going well in their quest to save the game. They're 133 ahead now. England have to strike straight after lunch, otherwise they're really going to struggle to win it. We'll pick up the play with Gary Kirsten still at the wicket with Mark Boucher.
Down the wicket goes Gary Kirsten, and he's lofted it away over mid-wicket. 4 runs. Good footwork again there. And out into the deep it goes.
Cracking shot. Beautiful fielding. Trouble. No. They nearly shook hands, Boucher and Kirsten, before going back to their respective ends. Ooh, straight back and dropped. Hit it very, very hard. Oh, well taken by Alex Stewart. The goalkeeper. Diving to the top right-hand corner and just flicking the ball over the bar.
It's nicely played by Kirsten back with a square. Butcher in pursuit. And a good effort, but I think the telephone might have come out anyway had he managed to scoop it back. Well bowled. Outstanding delivery. Oh, up in the air, but just falls short. Well, that's how it goes when it doesn't quite go your way.
Caddick is steaming. Great bit of bowling, getting extra life, putting so much into it at the end of the day. And the ball looped up. It just looped up too much, actually.
Good shot. Wow, where did he get that from?
He got it from his cupboard full of talent. He is jam-packed with the stuff.
Good shot, that'll be 4. And the 150 partnership between these two batsmen.
I think Caddick's had it.
Pulled away again, he's beaten the man down there. Good over for the young wicketkeeper. 400 comes up for 4 down.
Another poor shot. Oh, he smashed this one to the boundary, well in front of square. In fact, it is sixpence. Now off the back foot, and this is through to it 4 more. Well, Mark Boucher knows that the job has been done in terms of saving the test match for South Africa, and he's now opening the taps. Kirsten now plays a handsome-looking shot too, off the back foot, and that's gone to the boundary in the cover point area. He's played it quite delicately, a lovely little late cut. Will it run to the boundary for 4? It's slowing up, and the ever-eager Silverwood is after it, and he will not get his 4 runs. It's just 3, so he's 1 short of 200, and Boucher is 1 short of a century. 425 for 4. Well, Gary Kirsten's got the strike, so he might get to his 200 before Boucher gets to his 100. He needs 1. New change of bowling. Silverwood getting punished for 15 in 1 over. Adams is the new man. There it is. He just guides it down to 3rd man. Gary Kirsten, a monumental effort. Applause from Nasser Hussain, the England captain. He will appreciate what an effort this has been by Gary Kirsten. All of Kingsmead on their feet. Teammates as well. Gary Kirsten's 2nd double 100. Both of them have come against England, and he joins Graham Pollock and Dudley Norse as the only South African test batsman to make 2 double 100s. Now Boucher has got strike. Can he get his 100? Can there be more excitement? There is. He plays almost the identical shot to Gary Kirsten. The only thing is he gets 4 and not 1. But Mark Boucher has gone to a magnificent century. Double delight for the Kingsmead crowd. And for the teammates. This has gone straight up in the air, and Stewart is underneath it, and he's got it. And Mark Boucher is out. And Adams has got his first Test wicket. First time he's ever bowled in Test cricket in this innings, and he's now got his first Test wicket, and he's pretty happy about it. It wasn't a very good shot by Mark Boucher. Pity that his innings should end that way. It was too full for him to play that shot, and it just sliced up off the bat, and Alex Stewart had lots of time to get underneath.
Really the first shot, bad shot that Mark Boucher's played off that back foot. He has played splendidly. What an inning. Mark Boucher, 108 then. South Africa 436 for 5.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my goodness me. That's 4 more. Oh, good shot. Cut that away. I think that's gone for 4. It has. Beautifully timed.
Butcher's giving chase. It's going to be a close one. Money on the red. That's that one. Tudor, 4 runs.
For a moment there, Gerald, I thought it didn't make good contact with the ball. But when I looked again and I saw it race towards that boundary, he must have.
Yeah, but it's just second gear. If it hit 5th gear, it would be in the SABC building next door, I think. And he gives away a single. And that brings 500 up on the ball.
The biggest appeal of the entire series from Alex Stewart. Let's have a listen once more to Alex Stewart. Makes it into a full toss, drives it through the covers, 4 runs. $530 for 5 now.
A nice shot from Kirsten. Well flighted from Butcher.
Yes, oh, Butcher has bowled Lance Klusener.
Well, Lance Klusener looked pretty disinterested for most of his innings. He's just stroked it around, tried to give the bowling to Gary Kirsten. For most of the time, hit some nice boundaries, but they're playing inside the line of a Mark Butcher off spinner. And he's probably pretty annoyed that he doesn't get a red asterisk behind his name. 537 for 6 South Africa. Lance Klusener gone for 45.
Alex Stewart trying to keep himself going with some humour. Referring Butcher to Suklain of Pakistan. Who, of course, has bowled brilliantly for Surrey, bowled them to the championship.
Well, and Gary Kirsten, that brings up the 250. Applause around the ground, the dressing room on their feet. They really appreciate this mammoth inning. Very well played. He looks very tired, Robin.
Nasser Hussain into the attack. He's got that past mid-off, and it'll run away from tiring legs. 4. So Graham Pollock's record equalled. Daryl Cullinan's record equalled. So whichever which way you look at it, Gary Kirsten is 1. There's Cullinan. Applause with a pleasant smile. taking any undue risks. Maybe a short ball that he might get through cover or dab down past slip. For the right delivery. He's bowled him out behind his legs. I don't believe it.
Oh.
That is unbelievable. Look at Cullinan, genuinely upset. So Gary Kirsten is bowled by Butcher for 275 and is the co-holder of the individual South African record for the highest score in Test cricket. And he can still smile about it. I wonder if he will tomorrow morning.
If we say that England had the best of the match as a whole, you'd certainly say South Africa had the best of the last day and a half. They saved it in great style. 572 for 7 at the close. Look at that effort by Kirsten. 275, the second longest innings in the history of Test match cricket. Only Hanif Mohammed has batted for longer. Great support from Mark Boucher, a brilliant 100 from a very good young cricketer there, and plenty of others contributing down the list to save the game. The English bowlers, they all stuck at it exceptionally well. Andrew Caddick has been the star of the match with the 7 in the first innings. People chipping in. There'll be a good laugh in the dressing room over Mark Butcher's 2, and great pleasure will be had too from the fact that Andrew Flintoff is proving to be a handy change bowler for his country. After play, I was lucky enough to have a chat with both the captains, Nasser Hussain and first Hansie Cronje.
Coming off that follow-on in the first innings, we had a 5-minute chat and asked for all those characteristics, asked for guts, determination, inner strength, whatever you want to call it, and all the guys dug deep, and by the captain, everybody else contributed with the bat, so I'm really extremely proud of that.
When you're enforced to follow on after bowling them out for 160 or whatever it was, you know, you want to have another go at them and bowl them out again, but the wicket proved to be very flat, and I was very pleased with the way our boys stuck to the task, going at 2.5 runs and over. We obviously need to be a bit more penetrative and try and find wickets when it goes flat, but as a team that came out here as no hopers, I'm pleased with the way we're competing at the moment.
Do you feel that England are getting a little closer to you now than you thought they might?
I don't think so at all. No, we knew how hard the series was going to be. I mean, we sometimes read newspaper articles and look at the media and that, and we think, why do you write people off before they come here? Because we certainly know that they fought all the way last year, and we're extremely happy that we can go to Cape Town 1-0 up. Obviously, we take a lot of positives out of this last 2 days, fighting through that and only losing 5 wickets or 6 wickets in the end. We were extremely happy.
I'll take you back right to the start of the match and your own innings, and the fact that a lot of people had question marks against the slowness of it. You seem to have the courage of your convictions. Do you feel that in the end it was completely justified?
Well, as you saw, you know, the wicket was getting better and better, and you know, I think the problem with our game is that we look too far ahead and too far back. I think you just got to play the situation, play each session and play the day's cricket. You can't say, well, we're going too slow here and we might not win the game on the 4th or 5th day. That's when you lose games on the first morning and the second morning, you know, the 2 sessions. Just got to play what the situation demands, and I felt at that stage that's what the situation demanded, and I think when we bowled them all out and made them follow on, we were in the box seat.
Yes, I think you certainly proved a point. One final question. Looking forward to Cape Town, do you feel that your team is on the upgraft?
Yeah, I do, but I'd put a warning in there that all we've had is 2 good weeks. That's it. We had a good week at Port Elizabeth and a good week here, and what we have to do with English cricket and our team in particular is 3 or 4 good years, you know, hard work, and there'll be some more downs before we carry on going up. So just a bit of caution there. We're constantly looking at ourselves, trying to improve, but it's going to be a long-term thing. You know, don't expect miracles too soon.
All right. Finish with a smile for me.
I've got 5 days on the field. I'm quite happy, thanks.